Now, my next guest, author Zev Chafets, was granted unprecedented access to my boss, the president of the Fox News Channel, Roger Ailes. And in his new book, Roger Ailes, Off Camera, which hits stores tomorrow, Chafets provides an inside look at why I am even sitting in this chair right now. It details my boss's incredible life, his career, stories about his modest upbringing, his secret meeting, which, by the way, involved me, Barack Obama, before the election in 2008. And if you are a viewer, as you obviously are, of the Fox News Channel, you will be captivated by this book. You're going to really like it. Here with a preview, author himself, Zev Chafets. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you, Sean.
You ever see tapes of me when I first started here?
You know, I have seen a few tapes.
God awful.
I don't want to comment.
No. I'm saying it. I'll review myself. It was god awful. Why am I sitting here?
That's a good question. I guess you're sitting here because Roger thought that you were going to be a big star on TV.
Because I asked him, I said, what did you see? Because I'm looking at it, I should have been fired in 3 days.
But, you know, one of the things that I discovered in the course of writing this book is that Roger is an incredible talent scout.
Yeah.
And he's also got the soul of a coach. He reminds me of Red Auerbach. You know, he picks out people who can shine and he puts them in a lineup together, and it's a talent that he has, and I guess you're just one of the lucky recipients of that.
Look, he changed my life. I would not be here. I would not be known in American households to whatever extent I might be if he didn't take a chance on me. And I was a local radio guy in Atlanta, and he really put me in this chair. But I'm not the only one. There's a lot of us. And he helped elect 3 presidents. So you spent a lot of time with him. What quality is it?
Well, for one thing, Roger is a meticulous producer, as you know. I think he probably knows television as well as anybody alive. And he has real leadership qualities. You know, everybody that I talk to, I've interviewed a lot of people in my life at workplaces, and people always say nice things about their boss because they're better.
Yeah.
But
it's different.
The way people talk about Roger at Fox is a different kind of a way.
I've never gotten a call when the ratings are great. Hey, your ratings are great. Good job. It's expected. I've never got a call either when it's a slow news period. Something ratings are not once in 17 years. Let me ask you this. I think some of the best stories were about his background and his upbringing. Very humble, from Ohio, Warren, Ohio.
Right.
He also faced some health difficulties.
Yeah.
And even came close to dying. You described a scene I didn't know about in the book.
He did. Roger's a hemophiliac. In the 50s and 60s in a small town in Ohio, that could be a life-threatening disease. And he had some brushes with death. We talk a lot in this book about his sense of mortality. He has a young son, as you know, Zach, and he is wrapped up in concerns, thinking back on his own childhood. He spent a lot of time, he told me, in the hospital alone, listening to the noises of nighttime hospitals when he was a kid. It affected him. Not long ago, Roger went to Warren to a family reunion, and they took him out to the family plot, and he saw that his grandparents were buried there, and there was a small plot, a child-sized plot, in between them. And the idea was that was where he would be buried because they didn't expect he would live to adulthood.
My favorite story in the book involves me, and I'm not being a narcissist here. I never knew about this. He never told me. Rupert Murdoch, who owns News Corp, my boss, Roger Ailes, who you write about,
right.
They met with then-Senator Barack Obama here in New York at the Waldorf Hotel. And apparently I came up as I was a topic of discussion.
Yeah, well, as Roger told me the story, and I tell it in the book, the Obama campaign was not happy with some of the coverage here, and there was this meeting, and
not particularly my coverage, apparently.
Well, at one point, it became clear that you were more or less the issue, and Roger said to Senator Obama, "Look, don't worry about it. People who watch Sean Hannity are going to vote for you anyway."
You know, Newsmax actually had a piece in that he was complaining that I was calling him a terrorist, which I never did. And I think the quip was that Rogers, no, he's saying your friend is, meaning Bill Ayers, which was, you know, he did hang out with the guy and start his political career. The book's amazing. I take this personally. I would not be here I'm glad you spent the time writing it. I read it in 2 sittings, cover to cover. He's the greatest boss, changed my life. I'm extraordinarily thankful that I'm here at this great channel. So, and you got to meet the man that I know, and I think you captured it very well.
Well, thank you.
All right, Zev, and thanks so much for